People sometimes ask me where my keen sense of the absurd comes from, and I can trace it all the way back to when I used to caddy for my father, who played with the same three doctors every Saturday and Sunday morning. I was just about the age, getting sophisticated enough to know what these men were talking about. And they would take the mickey out of each other like you wouldn't believe. And we were walking off that first tee with my dad's clubs, and my father turned to the doctor and he said, "Doc, I'm having terrible trouble sleeping these days. I think you need to give me a sleeping pill." And the doctor said, "Well, Billy, I don't like to do that right off the bat. These things can be addictive. Have you tried everything? Like counting sheep," which is one of the things they do with sheep in Ireland. My father says, "Yes, I've tried everything. You need to give me a sleeping pill." And the doctor said, "Well, look, I'll tell you what you do tonight, Billy. When you put your head on the pillow, imagine that you're out here on the first tee and hit a shot here, a shot there, a bunker shot, a putter. And by the time you get to the turn, you'll be asleep." So my father says, "Oh, all right, I'll give it a try." The next morning, Dr. Dignan turned to my dad and he said, "Billy, how did you sleep last night?" My father says, "No, not great, but I played very well." Dr. Dignan just said, "Oh, really? How did you go?" My father says, "Well, I hit my tee shot the first, a 6-iron on the front edge of the green, and I made the putt. Hit a driver and a 3-wood just short of the second green, and I chipped in for eagle. I get on the third tee, I hit sky my tee shot, and it ends up halfway down the hill. I hit my second shot fat onto the front edge of the green, and I made the longest putt I've ever made in my life." And I'm thinking to myself, at 9 or 10 years old here, my father's going to break the course record. And the doctor said to him, "What happened then?" So, "Well, I get on the fourth tee," said my dad, "and I sliced it into that big spinney of trees at the foot of the hill." My father said, "Well, I was awake all night looking for the ball." And that was the day I learned my father was funny, and I learned how to curse.